What's going on, everybody? I'm Selna, America's face of dating. In case you guys are new to my channel, I help guys who have been recently out of a divorce or a breakup, or they just want to get back into the dating scene and be reintroduced to it to attract their dream relationship. I help you guys actually do that. In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not in my usual background here. I'm currently in Dallas, Texas with my girlfriend, so the audio might not be as good as usual, but we're still gonna deliver the value. So we're gonna be having some fun today, man. I might play some golf in the simulator after we're done here, but we're gonna be talking about today 3 ways women test high value men, and 99% of guys will fail this. Now, something curious happened when during an interaction with women, right before they lost interest, something would happen, something would go down, and it was the fact that I would be tested, right? Whenever a girl would lose interest, like I got to a point where I could consistently attract a girl. I worked on myself enough, I put on some muscle in my body, I looked good, and I would attract a girl. However, it seemed like after 1 to 2 weeks, she would just lose interest, and I didn't know what was happening there. And always she would do something. For example, she would say something or be just some really sneaky comment that I would react to, and then she would lose interest. And I was like, why is that? It's because you're being tested, and most guys don't know that. The way we handle these tests are absolutely critical, right? They determine whether she will gain attraction for us or lose it or not. So let's get into it. Number 1, the first way that women will test you, and this is the most obvious one, is that they will insult you, right? Women know instantly if you have high self-esteem or low self-esteem based on an insult, right? Men who have low self-esteem will go cold or get angry after being insulted. Let's say, for example, there was a girl I used to talk to, right? And she would say things like, "You have no ass." Because back in the day, when my family got divorced, a lot of you guys know this story, my family got divorced when I was younger, and I had to be put in a shelter with my brother because the divorce was so abusive when we were growing up. And so what would happen was that we were in the shelter and they didn't have a lot of food. And then also, after we got out of the shelter, my family had to commit bankruptcy after they got divorced. It was the 2007, 2008 meltdown. It was the recession that was going on. And so we didn't have a lot of money, right? Going to Subway or McDonald's, that was a classy thing. We barely got that. Maybe once or twice a year. It was crazy, dude. We were poor as fuck and we were bankrupt. And so I was malnourished. I was 6'2", malnourished in high school, in middle school and in high school. And girls, when they started to become attracted to the guy, they'll test them. So girls would be like, "You have no ass." And back in the day, I'd be insulted about them. "You don't understand. We're fucking bankrupt and we have no food to eat and blah, blah, blah." But it's just the fact that girls are testing you, and when I respond that way, they would see that I have some insecurity, right? A test is designed to pull an insecurity out of you and make you crack. See if you falter, see if you lose your center, right? And I would lose my center. Instead, if a girl were to say, "You have no ass," now I would respond and say, "By the looks of it, we're twins." Basically saying she has no ass either. So I'm putting it back on her. That's how you flirt with a girl. She'd be like, "Oh, you're such an asshole," and slap my chest, right? It's not that a girl's playing games, it's just girls will test you to see if you are the highest status guy. They want to see if you're strong. They want to see if you break, because they want to mate and sleep with the highest status man. That is something that me and the red pill actually agree on right there. We don't agree on a lot of shit because they blame all their problems on women, but that is something that I actually agree with them on, that is actually true on why women test men. And a lot of women don't even know they're doing it. It shows you care too much of what she thinks about you when you respond so logically and insulted. We had to teach every single guy in my program this stuff. Literally Collide, Paul, Adam. Adam literally just joined last week. He's already getting 2 different dates. He said on the call, our initial call when we onboarded him into the program, he was like, "Dude, I didn't even know test existed." This dude's 35, 36, and he didn't even know test existed. But now it's here he has 2 dates lined up the first week in the program because he was like, "Wow, I missed so many opportunities." Same with Paul. Literally we had to train him on passing tests and actually having those smooth comebacks I just told you, the girl says, "You have no ass." Same with Collide. His girl's coming up to him and she basically is throwing huge signs of interest saying "You didn't remember the dance with me," and XYZ, stuff like that. So let's get to the second one, is playing hard to get. When she pulls away from you, when she pulls away and you chase, you're saying that you're not valuable, basically. Whether that's in the DM or even in a conversation, right? Don't chase after her. She will eventually run back to you. It looks different in a relationship when she wants attention, and she will sometimes pull back and test you, right? A lot of the girls that I used to talk to, after about 2 to 3 weeks, she would go cold, she would pull back, and they're pulling back and playing hard to get just to test you, right? Sometimes even my own girlfriend now, I'll be playing with her, I'm like, "No, you can't touch me. You can't touch any of this, baby. You gotta work for it." And she'd be like, "Fine." Right? It's the same for you. I'm like, "Baby, I can touch it if I want to," right? And we start flirting back and forth and bantering. That's how you gotta handle a girl playing hard to get, is that you don't chase her, right? You don't chase her, you just play back with her. That's how you do it right there. Literally Camilo in my program program. He likes the cougars a little bit, man. He likes the older women, as you can see. She's 31 years old. I think he's 24, so he's a younger guy in the program. But this girl's throwing huge signs of interest, and literally Camilo had such a hard time passing a girl's test. Like, it was such a challenge for him. That's why he joined my program, and literally he's able to consistently date and attract and sleep with quality women. She said, next time we meet, we're gonna be closer to your house. And he said, oh, is that you inviting me again? So his interpretation right there is that she basically says, next time we meet, we're gonna be closer to your house. He interprets that as, you're inviting me out again. You wanna see me again. That's how you need to talk to women right there and pass these tests. Let's get into the third and final one here. Girl going cold on you, right? This is one of the major ones that I never knew how to handle when I was younger. This is one of the sneakiest ways that girls will test you. The reasons that a girl will go cold on you, I classify them as either external, outside of your control, or internal, your control. This is how you should categorize this, right? You might have over pursued. This is internal. This is a you fault. You were too predictable, you over pursued, and it caused her to actually lose interest. This is an internal problem. This is a you problem. You might have said something, right? You might have said something that really pissed her off and made her mad in that moment, and so she goes cold on you. She gets a little mad. Maybe you said that some other girl was hotter than her, like something around that, right? And she got mad and she goes cold on you. That is an internal thing. You did that. You have control over that. External would be she has a weird thing with an ex going on, right? That is an external thing that has nothing to do with you. And let's say maybe you did absolutely nothing and she still goes cold. That is an external thing, right? But most of the time, and 95% of the time, it is always going to be an internal problem. So a lot of guys are like, oh yeah, it's just her fault. Don't just go blame it on the chick. That is not going to help you in life. Most of the time, it is a fucking you problem. That is why I coach a lot of men on this stuff in my program, because it is a them problem and they know it. And it's smarter if you just accept that it most likely is a you problem. If you have girls going cold, especially consistently. If you get 1 out of 50 chicks that go cold, maybe 1 out of 25, I'd say, that go cold on you, just according to stats, that's a her problem, that's not on you. But if you're consistently getting multiple girls going cold on you, that is a fucking you problem, dude. And this is a test. She wants to see if you freak out and you start asking, did I do something wrong? What did I do? Was it me? And obviously, if you said a really bad comment, maybe you can tell she got pissed. Reach out to her, apologize, don't be an asshole. But how you handle this is that you don't chase her, right? If you know, if it's an internal problem and you did this, pull back, right? Most likely you're over pursuing. That is the 90+% cause of a girl going cold, is that you're over pursuing. You're acting like you're in a relationship before she's ready for a relationship. She should be coming to you about all the relationship stuff. If you're saying good morning and good night before you're in a relationship, she will go cold eventually. That is just how it's gonna happen, right? Girls don't agree with that, but girls don't agree with a lot of things that I say, but they emotionally react to it, right? Because it's not logical. This is about emotions. And so that is how you handle it. Now, if you guys want my help personally, reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, ask me questions about my program or kind of what we do. Also, if you guys are interested in doing my program, there's a call link in the description below. Schedule a call with me. We'll hop on a call. We'll get you booked in the program and we'll get going. But only book a call if you're serious, if you have the good finances, a good career, and you're actually ready to fill that last missing piece, which is a quality relationship. Only book in the call then. So make sure to like, comment, also what you want to hear more about. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I'm Selna Kim, America's Face of Dating. I'll see you guys in the next video.